Cinco de Mayo. When I was growing up, that was a big holiday filled with celebration, dance, music. And it was a time of celebration of small victory, right? Maybe not a complete victory in the history of the Mexican culture, but a small history that, or a small victory that gave them a sense of pride, a sense of not hopelessness, right? That there were some maybe small battles to be won that helped the whole. And I think about this time where we are in, I don't want to say a battle, but it really is a journey of finding the places where we aren't hopeless, the places of victory in our own lives. And victory, what does that mean? So for me, a victory is finding places in myself where I feel connected, to myself, where I make choices that help me feel strong in who I am, feel capable, even if the people around me don't see it. Maybe just one or two people see it, but that I see it, that I see who I am. I see my goodness. I see my heart. I see that I don't shrink, right? Because that's something that I often do is I shrink. It's something that I've been taught for a very long time to shrink as a woman, as an employee, as a tenant, as somebody with less money, somebody younger, right? That there are places where we are taught to shrink, to be less than, right? That we've been living in this world where there is hierarchical thinking, right? This is somehow better than that. This is somehow worse than that. And when I can find the victory for me is finding the place where I feel whole and complete. And within myself, and then maybe within my friendships or my relationships, my close relationships, where I can take out that kind of, I think discernment is great. It's when we kind of tip over from discernment into analysis, when we analyze those around us, when we're so used to being in positions of relating power-wise. Is this person on my level? Are they higher? Are they lower? Like, what is the power dynamic? Are they moving towards? Am I moving away? Am I moving towards? And they moving away? So what is the victory in relationship, in work, in connection, relatability, in our ability to show up and be present, to be of service, to be compensated, to feel fruitful and useful in the world, to feel capable, to feel connected. And then as we move further out, there's so much focus on maybe the big screen. It depends. Some people, their focus is immediate. It's their health, it's their relationships, it's money, it's their home. That is where the challenge is. For some, it's what's happening outside in the greater picture, in the political, and the cultural, in the conflict. And where do we find places where we can find ease and peace within ourselves as we witness? Maybe the victory is holding that vision of peace and ease for a world that we know is possible. We see it every day. We may not see it in the news, but apparently that's not their job to show us that. But we can choose to look for that, to nourish that, to feed that, to walk towards that. And these are challenging times because of that. In some ways, there has been a lot of place where choice has been removed. And now we are offered that choice is everything, that action, that intention, that desire, that what we do is everything, that who we are is everything. Just sitting in connection with nature, with the animals, with friends, with family, with others that we don't know, strangers. Finding the gift, the fruit. So Cinco de Mayo is also 5/5/2025, which is to 15, 16, 17, 7 and 1 equals 8, right? I love numerology. 8, as above, so below, the infinity sign. 8, as above, so below, as within, without. The reflections of each other. What's happening out there is what's happening in here. And finding that connection, one little seed of connection that weaves the internal and the external. If we can find the connection inside, we can find it outside. If we can find the spaciousness, the gift of presence, connection, harmony, ease inside, we can extend it outside. As within, without, as above, so below. So taking moments to find the beauty, to find the ease. And that is a choice to look for it, to connect to it, to be with it, to seek it out, to enjoy it. Those are all choices. And there's so much, and I also want to say that there is so much that has been not our choice, right? There's so much conditioning. There's also just so much response to an environment that is unjust, to an environment that is full of addiction and numbness and control. So moments of awareness of the desire to connect to ourselves, to listen, to question. So maybe just taking a moment and the awareness of your breath. We tend to think that we need something dramatic to change our lives, to change us. A spiritual awakening, a miracle, an intervention, somebody else to change. But what we can do is change through our breath, through our awareness, through our focus. Inhaling and exhaling. Right, I want the profound, I want the rainbow and the trumpets and unicorns flying. But what I also know is that when I just take a moment and look around or just connect to my breath, what it does. Just try 1 or 2 with me. Just inhaling, feeling the breath move in, like a breeze moving through a tree or a canyon or across the ocean. And the breath moving out, like a sigh, right? The way a baby or an animal exhales. Just a softening and a release, surrendering into whatever they're laying on. Inhale, receiving, taking it all in. And either letting it settle into your system or releasing it right back out. There's no right way, perfect way. But let it connect you to your body, to your experience in this moment. To the feel of your ribs moving, your belly moving. The awareness of your throat and your jaw. The awareness of your hips and your feet. And notice what your experience is right now. Good, and thank you for sitting in this moment with me. Namaste.